many women and young ladies that are part of Liz Talk.
Yeah.
And are you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Love it. There you go.
You don't even use the black belt, you use a piece of stuff.
Please do. Oh, God, yes.
It's just a piece of shit.
Oh, I know, so I just...
Well, I'm glad we're able to.
Yeah.
Check it out. So you have your own vision.
I know where you speak.
Well, yeah.
Sure.
That's very kind.
Actually, we didn't get the question.
No, we didn't because you blew it.
Rotating with your camera on the time was really slow. But I don't think like the children get me dizzy with that. They don't understand.
Find me a little fast there.
Hello, B9 Builders Club. How are ya?
Hi, B9 Club. We're the administration to List Talk. I'm Karen Hamilton, JL Kitten.
I'm Amanda Polska. I'm Noreen, the princess.
And this big guy back here.
I'm Mark, the nasty gorilla.
We sure wish you could be here with us. The B9 Club is great, and we're sorry we missed you, but hopefully next year you'll be with us.
Yes.
All right, yeah!
How's it going out there? And I might not be around for very much longer, so here I am. The tape when you play later on.
Hi, Craig Reinbrecht here. I'm from Toledo, originally from Cleveland, but I'm out here in Akron at the FrightVision, having an excellent time. Everybody that couldn't make it, boy, if we do this again next year, you got to try to make it. This is absolutely awesome. Seeing all these robots in person is quite a sight to see, and a chance to see everybody, talk to them, find out about how they made parts, the opportunity to buy things. It's absolutely awesome.
Hi, my name is David Knight, and I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I took Amtrak here to Akron, Ohio to meet up with some of my friends that have built B9 robots and see them in person, and a lot of the suppliers like Dewey, Scott, and Doug Hines, who've supplied a lot of my parts to my robot. So it's kind of been a nice weekend to spend time with them, to meet some other folks, and Bob May live and in person too. So we're having a good weekend and look forward to having a nice dinner tonight with Bob May and his wife.
Hi, I'm Mike Clark. I'm here with Bob May, and we're producing the new Robot Memories tape called Robot Memories Act 2. And I'm having a great time meeting all the B9 club members, and I've heard many interesting conversations about how this works and that works, and to me it's fascinating because I can't do anything like that. I cannot build, but I can shoot, and I hope you like the new video that Bob and I are making, and it's great being here.
Are in red. Very, very thought through. Okay. I actually used the ones here.
Hi, Dewey. You looking at my fudge and everything? Did you get a chance to see this? This is for the B9 Club because we love our robots. And we got the robots power pack. How's that? Next year, you guys better be ready, I'm telling you.
Hi, I'm Mike Mastriani. I'm here with my wife Nancy, Gina, and Joseph. We're what I consider icon survivors. We're one of the lucky few who actually got a full-size B9 from the company that's now defunct. And we've been members of the club since last year when we came to FrightVision 99. Great bunch of guys, and I continue to purchase parts through the club. I was able to build my own power pack, which I never received from Icons, and I also purchased a set of neoprene arms from Norm Sockwell, and I anticipate purchasing more parts in the future to make upgrades to our B9. And look forward to the next FrightVision.
Hello, Tom Brandon from Chicago, Illinois at FrightVision 2000. We're having a great time. Bob May's here. We have 7 robots. You should be here.
Okay, well, my name's Flip Mitchell. I wrote the book, You Can Build a Lost in Space Robot. And just a little short thing about that is ListFan 7, I just happen to have some pictures of fan-made modeling projects and all of that. And the whole thing started by accident. People started writing in and asking about how they could build their own robot, and that's what inspired the book. I figured I'd do one printing of it, and that would be it. And I didn't realize exactly what it would spawn, the club and all of that. And I'm just pretty amazed by all of this, and pretty impressive.
David, Bob May from Lost in Space. All right, I'm doing something here with the B9 Builders Club that are here that build all the robots around all over the world. And they wanted to say hello to you.
And I want to say hello to them. How are you? What else do I say?
Are you enjoying yourself at FrightVision?
I'm enjoying. This is the first FrightVision I've ever been to, and first time in Akron. The people here are great, warm, kind, and it's just a lovely experience. There we are.
Well, David, you and I worked, our sound stages were right next to each other. I know. And Richard, his agent was my agent as well. And the only time I could see my agent was coming next door to you and have coffee there because he wouldn't have coffee with me.
Well, who was the agent?
William Morris.
Oh, right. I remember that.
So, I mean, it was fun, but I have heard some nice things that you have said about me where I wasn't even around, and I want to thank you for that.
Okay, my pleasure.
Take care.
Yeah, you too.
Hi, I'm Jim Cortot, Dewey Howard's brother. I am being put to work here behind his booth while he's filming, leaving me to run this whole complex. Pretty nice layout. It's been okay so far. Still trying to work through a bad Schlitz malt liquor hangover from Flint's bathtub the night before. And come back to me a little bit later. We'll see how I'm holding up.
Bobby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you any grief.
You didn't give me any.
Hi, my name is Scott Sanderson. Been in the B9 Robot Builders Club since the beginning. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and we're at FrightVision 2000 right now. And we're a couple hours away from the annual Robot Builders Contest. Everybody's looking forward to this contest, and Bob May's brushing up on his robot information. So hopefully we'll have some good winners this year.
Guy Williams Jr. You see what I'm doing here? I'm going to interview you for a second for the B9 Builders Club. This is for my Robot Builders Club here. Very good, sir. And this is Guy Williams Jr., son of Guy Williams from Lost in Space and, of course, Zorro.
That's where I recognize you from.
Zorro?
No, Lost in Space.
That's right. I was lost for years. I still am. I still am. You know, I'm going to say this from the B9 Builders Club to you and your family. Your dad was a friend to everybody on our set. Your dad was what I considered the class act of our show.
I appreciate that, and that's the way he was. You know, he was that kind of guy.
Most certainly, you have something. It's very hard to stand up and try to be like, because was one in a million.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he really was that person in real life.
Are you having fun here at FrightVision?
Yes. Yeah.
You're going to come back again?
Oh, I hope so.
I hope so too. If you're not, who's going to room next door to me?
That's right.
That's correct.
That's right. And ride the plane with you.
There you go. Right. Well, you can sit in the back of the bus next time. Anyway, we had fun, and we're going to continue to have fun. And understand, this is for the B9 Builders Club members who couldn't be here this year. So encourage them, in your words, to be here next year.
Absolutely. Come down here next year, anywhere where we are. I mean, this is a great show. Bob is a great host for the B9 Builders Club. Always enjoy hearing from everyone from the B9 Club on the internet. We have a website as well as Bob. So really feel free to contact us anytime. Always like to hear from you.
There you go. You people better come down here next year and see people like Guy Williams Jr. Thank you.
Hello guys, Steve Stanley here at the B9 Robot Builders Club Convention. Steve Stanley from Atlanta, Georgia, like I say. T-shirt guru extraordinaire. Got Dewey back behind the camera today, taking a few shots. Wish you guys were here. We're having a great time. It's my first opportunity to see a robot in completion. Hopefully I'll have mine done shortly, but it's all good. Just have a good time building it and developing and having a good relationship with my robot buddies. Guys, take care.
You know Bert Ward?
Yes, know him well.
Yeah, no, a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. You know who this?
Kid, I urged him to get out of the crime-fighting business and do something with his life.
Yeah, I figured as much. Did you know who these people are? That's a B9 Builders Club.
B9, the robot.
That's correct. They're filming this to encourage all their members who couldn't make it here this year to come next year. Well, so what do you have to say to them?
Yeah, come on down.
That's not bad. Come on down. All right, thank you, B9 Builders.
Hi, my name is Norman Sockwell. I'm in the B9 Robot Builders Club. I've been in it about a year. I'm from Tampa, Florida. Came up here for FrightVision 2000 to see Bob May and all the robots on display. Thanks.
Fred Allen Ray. This is the B9 Builders Club that are filming right now. To their members who couldn't make it here this year, that we're encouraging to come next year. So why don't you say something to him?
There are more B9. I'd like to see some Robbie the robots next year.
Don't start.
Oh, do they only make one kind of robot?
Don't start.
No, I saw some small Robbies in their room.
They have the Lost in Space robot.
Okay. Well, I think maybe next year they should have a Lost in Space robot beauty pageant where people sit down, and they all wheel them out and they do all their little tricks, because I understand that some of them talk and move and do little things like that, and the room is so tiny you really can't get the full effect.
Well, we have a contest every year where I judge the best replicas. So we look at them pretty intense.
And looking at attention to detail.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
But, you were mentioning Robbie. Robbie the robot and our robot was made by the same designer, Robert Kinoshita. Same guy.
Now, are all these robots anatomically correct? You can get inside each one of them?
No, not these. These are replicas. The club themselves are making me what they call a fan robot, which is where I can get in it, or I can have it on the side, stay next to me, or whatever.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, they're a great bunch of guys and gals, but they wanted to say hi to you, and they knew you were here last year. Hope you're going to be with us next year.
Well, we'll see.
And we'll have fun. B9 Builders, I hope you understand this gentleman has a little baby that he came on the plane with.
It's a baby robot.
That's correct.
Or a robot baby.
Yeah, well, the robot baby is your wife. 'Cause I met her.
Well, Bob, thanks for coming by. It's a great work they're doing. The detail is just amazing.
Isn't it great?
It is just incredible. They're
Thanks,
exact.
Greg. Thanks so much.
Thank you, sir.
We're having a great time here at FrightVision. Glad to see all of you. Hi. How are you? Wish you could have made it, folks out there that didn't. Plan on next year. Plan ahead. We'll be back.
Well, hello, how you doing?
Pretty good, thank you.
Great. Silver bullet, there you go.
A lot of them remember you not only from Buddy Holly, but also from Under Siege.
Under Siege,
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Drop Zone.
I
The
think
Firm,
personally myself.
Rookie of the Year.
Myself.
Silver
I
bullet.
saw,
I can
Under
go on
Surge,
and on.
and
Under
You
Siege.
were wild.
Under Siege, not Under Surge.
Well, that one was under surging me, I'll tell you. Seagal and all. And when you were you were the
I was the
not the
executive
captain,
officer.
but the exec who got dressed up
Like a woman.
just before that shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
That was my idea.
Well, that's great. It proves what an artist you are. So these are the B9 Builders Club members.
Hi, B9 Builders Club members.
And I,
God
as
bless all of you.
and I, as the robot from Lost in Space, the television series, want to say how much I am proud to be in the same business with you.
Thank you, sir. Ditto.
Take care. Thanks, pal.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm Jim London from Cleveland. I'm here with the B9 Robot Builders Club, proud member. Having a great time here, showing off all kinds of stuff, and I get interrupted on occasion, but I'm trying to discipline him, but he's not taking instruction well. I've had a great time here. This is a blast, and you know, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Hi, this is Carl Thompson. I'm the promoter of FrightVision. I'm proud to have the Robot B9 Builders Club here. Dewey's excellent, and for those of you that did not make it to this year's show, next year is going to be even bigger, I hope. I have June Lockhart signed already, Bob May. Please come on in, it's a party, and I'm really, really proud to have an exhibit like this at my show. And as long as there's a FrightVision, I'll always want you people here. Thanks a lot.
We're here at FrightVision, and we're with one of the Three Stooges.
I'm Mo.
Yes, you're Mo. I know that. But tell me, Noreen, what do you have all here?
Oh, well, I've got Bob for Christmas.
You got me for Christmas.
Yes. I have
Bob for Thanksgiving.
Bob for Thanksgiving.
Right.
And
You Bob for Easter.
no, actually,
That's Linda Blair.
That's Gary Busey.
Oh, that's Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Well, what can I tell you? He works with people like Seagal. I hang around with Linda Blair.
And she loves you too.
Oh, I do. Oh, she's
I know she does.
Oh my God. Oh, she'll spin her head and spit at me. I know.
No, Linda does love you, Bob.
Well, she's a sweet, wonderful person and a hell of a talent. You know, and she's going to be here next year.
Yes, I do know.
And so is June Lockhart.
Oh, neat.
Yes, and I'm going to be here because Carl Thompson said, yes, you are, because he's going to have me here, because if he didn't, the B9 Builders Club would kick him, and you know where.
And they would revolt.
They would revolt.
Well,
And you
Bob,
can't
if
do that.
You're here, I'm here.
All right. And at that point, we're going to say, we're all here, so you should be here.
Yeah, nice. And they're great. So I got to train them to let like some flying and all that stuff.
Aloha! From the great state of Hawaii, land of pineapples and trade winds, I bring you all this beautiful weather you have here.
All people from Hawaii, especially if they're born in Tahiti, are crazy.
That's why we're such happy people.
Hey!
Oh,
When I
geez.
saw that, I thought, who brought you to the mainland? Did you have a green card?
You are one of two women?
I don't know. How many women are there? I'm the first, I know.
Let's clarify that. The first B9 Builders Club. Woman.
Yes, I think there are a few now.
Well, I know of a couple that are hoping to and starting to, but you are really accomplishing it.
I am. Yep.
And as you said to me earlier, it's an expensive hobby.
It's an expensive hobby, but it's a fun hobby, and I don't know. I've been trying to figure out why me and all these other people have this desire to do this.
All right, could it have been partly because of what we did with our show?
Exactly. I think he saw this character as a friend who would always be there, and as a child, you had this fantasy that you wanted that kind of a friend, and you just kept that as you grew up. Now you can do it.
I appreciate that because of being the robot.
Yes, yeah.
That you got the message that I tried to bring across. Because the robot was the protector of the family, correct?
Right.
And the robot was with Will Robinson like a boy and his dog.
Exactly.
And with Dr. Smith, the craziest comedy team around, right?
Right. It was a perfect combination.
Exactly. Well, you do well in your robot. I'll look forward to it next year here at FrightVision.
Now I have a goal.
See it.
I'll have to get it done.
You'll have to get it done because I'm going to ask questions. Why not?
Right,
You don't.
exactly.
And I've got an internet service that's pretty good. See, because I've got the B9ers hooked onto that.
I know. Yeah.
I've got 600 engines to my website. Have you seen my website?
I have. Yes.
You have.
Yep.
You signed my guest book? No. So when you go back onto there, I expected you to sign my guest book.
Okay.
Because that means something to me. Because I get your feelings at that time. That's kind of nice.
That's nice, and I'm glad you're still doing this, participating in this.
I'm having a blast. We're having fun. And you're going to the dinner tonight?
Yes.
So the one that Dewey said, let's have dinner with Bob and Judy, right? So you're gonna eat that food that's with Bob and Judy.
Exactly.
Oh, you're. I hope you made a wish.
Okay.
Okay, good.
I wish my robot will be done by this time next year.
No, you have to have that done.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But we're gonna have fun at that banquet tonight.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to it.
Because Dewey took us out last year when we were here in Akron, and we had some fun at just eating together, breaking bread. But when you can have a banquet and everybody can break bread, you know what breaking bread stands for? It stands for togetherness, a friendship is solid by the breaking of the bread, correct? And that's what we're going to do, and we'll have a few laughs along with it. All right, see, this year I have to judge, like I did last year, I have to judge the best replica. Now, you want to get involved with that next year. Scott won it last year.
Scott will probably win it again every year.
We don't know that. We don't know that because I look for everything, including where my ashtray used to be. All right, so we'll find out who does the best job, and you know, it's not necessarily the prettiest, but the closest to the authentic.
Right. I'm
That's
shooting
what
for
counts.
the prettiest and close to the authentic.
Well, if I can say one thing, if your robot is half as pretty as you are, then you got a winner there. And I thank you so much.
Thanks, Bob.
And tell them to come and see us next year.
Okay.
And be
Come
with
and
us.
see us next year.
Be part of it.
Yes.
All right, good.
Like one big family.
Thank you. You would like to stick around. What I'm doing right now is I'm judging these robots to find the best robot replica for the show.
I don't think I'm qualified.
Honey, after working with who you worked with, you are.
Thank you.
Listen, it was so great. Let's get on a campaign right now, gang, because I'm already going to be coming back next year. I want Aaron to be with us.
Oh, that's
Plus, her manager's a damn good friend of mine.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night. There's one part that I was working on for mine, and I decided that I was going to finish it off and donate it to you. It's a very small part, but I did put a lot of time in it, and I tried to make it as authentic as possible. There's the box.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's really.
Thanks, pal. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, shit, I'm crying. I'd like to be a woman and say my mascara's running. It's bullshit because it's got me emotionally really good.
Oh, mine is.
Put this,
Thank you
Oh, that's so damn nice.
Until you actually get to put these on the robot.
How cool.
Put a little
I can put them on my desk and spin them.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Oh, those are great.
You know, you got a 60-year-old stupid robot here acting like a baby.
And here's this authentic knob, just like the one
right
that was on the real robot.
Right.
So that can be put on there. And here's a couple pictures just to
remind me what the robot should look like.
Right. The real parts. Best pictures I could find.
No, thank you so much. This is a guy, but I gotta give him a hug. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, we'll start over here. I don't want to know whose robot it is. I just want to know that this is participating.
This is number one.
Number one from Canada. I know there's a flag here. I know it's not from New Jersey.
This has an uncontrollable urge to play hockey, too.
I understand that, but he's a hockey puck.
Does he have a green card?
No, not to my knowledge.
This is number two.
Number two. Just want to make sure this isn't the one that Mark Gardner kicked.
It is. But you're checking him for a hernia.
That's what I was worried about.
This is number three.
Number three. Fiberglass bottoms. Okay. Number four. You know, these locks are similar to the locks that I had on the show.
Are they?
Yeah. It's not
We're going to be
movable.
coming through here in a second. So
It's not movable. Here, rubber legs, good. Lock in place. Soil sample door, good. Okay, let's look at
Number
this.
five.
Number five. Good, this works. Right. It works. It's excellent.
Well, Bob, would you note the brain mechanism while you're...
I beg your pardon.
Put your hand up there. And
I know the brain. Brain is working.
you just put your pinky on the brain.
I beg your pardon. Pinky in the brain. I know the joke. Ooh, the hell is that? That's impressive. That's impressive, gang. That's impressive. That's very impressive. Lock. There. Okay. All right, we're going the next way. Let me go out this way. Excuse me. Excuse me, gang. All right, get behind there. Please, let me get behind.
There you go, Bob.
Doesn't have to be. It's my job. My job, I got to...
Mr. Robinson is strong.
Oh, who cares?
There is no need to worry.
Soil sample door is locked in place, not working. 2 switches. Pull the power line, nothing working with that. Huh?
You want to keep him from talking?
No, but you want to fix that.
Oh.
APM's raviolins have disappeared and are now in a condition of molecular change. Destination
Number 6.
unknown.
Doesn't work. He still
Doesn't
goes.
work, he still talks. All the lights are out.
All the lights are out and he's still talking. Must have studied under Dr. Smith. Okay, lock. Okay, next one. What number is this, please?
Number 7 coming up.
Number 7 coming up. Cartier's inside. He's trying to hide from his wife, Terry. Oh, well.
A very impressive last-minute attempt by Don here. Very impressive.
Don's robot tries to goose me. Let's check something. Power pack's not on. Lights are not on here.
But they do they Don? Do they work?
Yes, they do. We checked that before. That's
I
not
think
what
the
I'm
plug
looking
is someplace it's not supposed to be right now.
for. Up his ass.
That was yeah. Or something was there.
Oh well. Not on, but that made.
Don, are you okay?
Suffer, you son of a bitch. Where's your arms? No, where's your other arm? That's more like it, baby. All right, don't get friendly. All right. Clever.
We lost motion on one sensor.
Well, we lost more of the motion on that. You should assume what we lost on me. All right, let's go inside. I have somebody that's knowledgeable of our robot, and I'll tell you why. Number one, he used to write a column for Starlog magazine. That's how I met the gentleman. Number two, he is one of the top editors for Sony Motion Pictures and Columbia and a few others. He is also the co-producer of Robot Memories, the co-producer of Robot Memories Act 2, the director of both, the editor of both, so he knows the robot, and he knows how this robot thinks very clearly because he keeps his head straight pretty well. I would like him very much. I know the procedure has been to have me judge as the real B9 robot, to judge all the replicas, which is my honor, and I thank you for that honor. But I would like to add this year a special person to help me because I think it's so important to all of you. Gentleman's name is Mike Clark.
Thank you.
Now, Mike, what we're going to do is this is an appreciation for people who participated with us,
Yes.
with the B9ers at this FrightVision 2000, which means that they have to participate a little harder for next year, for 2001, because we're expecting 100 robots to judge next year.
Have to start early.
Right, gang? Yeah. That means Dewey's banquet is a little bigger?
Yeah.
Oh, sure, we can really pick on him, the hockey puck. All right, when we give you your name, please come up and receive your participation award, please.
This is a certificate of appreciation, right?
Correct.
Great. Okay, this is for Thomas Branham.
Thomas?
Thomas is running our camera, actually.
That's all right. He can step up here, get his damn award.
Take that for him, would you, there? Because he's got a...
All right, here we go.
By the way, Thomas's robot was...
I don't want to know. No, I can't know that.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Can't know that.
Our next certificate of appreciation is for Lorenzo de Alessandro. Lorenzo, come on up. And thank you, and here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
There's a guy that I've teased a lot since I've been in town here. This particular trip, I have teased him time and time again. I will continually tease him. because he's teasable. James London.
James London, come on down.
Get Joe Fatty down here, Jim. Thanks, pal. Thank you. All right. Now, this is a guy that I have a tremendous amount of respect for. He won last year because Mark didn't touch his robot. But he deserves the appreciation of being part of this. That's Scott
Sanderson. Scott Sanderson.
Scott.
Congratulations, Scott.
Now, there's a guy that I'm very dear friends with. He has contributed, as you all have, to my fan robot, which I thank you for, and that's Doug Hines. Where are you, Doug? All right, I hope so.
The Red Sea here.
That's okay. Call Chuck Heston in for that.
Doug, come in here so we can see you on camera for a minute.
All right.
Doug Hines.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's another one that I know his family, and his family is nicer and sweeter than he is. He is one of the sweetest, most polite young men as a son I have met in years. I hope my grandchildren are as polite as his son has been, because he's just a nice young man, and the reason for it is his mom and dad. So, Don Cartier, where are you? Are you flying, or are you coming in, or what?
He's coming in for a landing. Here
He's a pilot. He pilots it here, and he pilots it
He's
there.
smooth. Turn around, Don, so we can see you on camera here.
My pleasure.
We'd fly with him anytime.
Yes. I will not wear that dress as a stew for him. No. All right, now we got the other guy who's really a hockey puck from the word go. You never know with this man from one day to the next, because I've talked to him long distance, and he tries to blame Scott for everything. It's not the case. Dewey Howard.
Dewey's running camera, actually, so, yeah, there we go.
All right, now what we're going to do, gang, is very simply, we have the awards here.
Yes.
They will be made out. I've already signed them. Carl Thompson has signed them, and Dewey Howard has signed them. Anyway, here is People's Choice. Mike, who do we have here that won? It looks like it's right here.
Well, it's by a wide margin, it looks like. Number 5, robot number 5, which is Scott Sanderson's.
Scott, where are you?
Yeah.
This was not my choice. It was all of your choices. So, Scott, congratulations. We're going to get that signed over for you.
Now, don't go far. We don't know what's going to go on next, so just stay in the area.
No, I'm serious. That was given by the people. That was judged by all of you. You didn't pick it apart like I did. You picked it and looked at it because you are B9 builders. That's a hell of a compliment, Scott. Hell of a compliment. And I want you to hold on to this, and we'll see that your certificate is filled out accordingly. Now, second place, B9 Builders. It was year 2000 at FrightVision 2000. We not only saw a hell of a robot, but we saw a man that went 10 steps further. He got into that son of a gun and really tried to sway my way. And I take my hat off to him, Don Cartier. Hey. Yeah, I know it. He's my size. Anyway, now we come into number 1. The best, very best robot replica of year 2000, FrightVision 2000. I expect to see more out of this particular individual next year, because then I can say that that individual is not just sitting on his laurels or his ass, but going out there and having the true pride of a B9 builder. B9 builder that I'm talking about, Scott. That's the second year in a row. Second year in a row.
Scott, is there anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody for coming out and participating in this. We know it's a lot of work to bring your robots out. It's a lot of work to set them up, and it takes considerable preparation to bring your robots so you don't damage it. And I'd like to thank everybody that brought the robots and everybody that came to watch this event.
And I gotta say, I loved every one of them. They were all terrific.
Yeah, and I want to see 100 of them here next year. All right, first of all, this is one of the greatest honors any actor, any person can ever have. What the B9ers have done in honoring my wife and I. Number one, I've never had a dinner given to me before. But I was in New York just recently. I talked to Red Buttons, and he says there's a lot of people that have never had a dinner. Never had a dinner. And the famous words of Robin Hood, who once said, "Why do we have to have a Little John?" Never had a dinner. And the famous words of Abraham Lincoln, who said, "Fourscore." Some don't. Never had a dinner. You're permitted to laugh, folks. Now, as I said, I'm very thrilled about this, but there's a few things I must get clear. We're at a dinner, not a roast, but we're going to combine. Because you see, I have read the net, and I've heard everything that was said on Liz Talk, everything that was said on B9ers Talk. I have been at the Liz chat room. I have had more fun there, and if you want to enjoy yourself, get up before you start farting. I have heard these things left and right, and I must comment on them. First of all, there's our kitten. Now, our kitten won't fool around and play games, but she makes 64-foot robot fudge things. I don't know who the hell she dips. But I got the message the other night. Karen will be in an hour and a half, but there's 74 pounds of chocolate that has to be moved. 700! Oh my God. All I can say is that's a lot of calories. Number one, don't move that thing, I'll kill you. Number one, there's another gentleman who comes on the Liz Talk and Liz chat room, every place, and he's got a festation about farting. Now I know this is a dinner, and we shouldn't talk about those things, so we'll call it gas. But now he's talked to me many times, and he said, "Bob," he says, "where the hell was the bathroom in the Jupiter 2? Now, you know, I don't know. So I went into research to find out. Carl, I want to tell you. There is a bathroom, but it's small enough for Billy Barty. But I wanted you to have, where's that? I wanted you to have something special. This is something that I arranged from, and you can see it down there at your show. It's from Lightspeed, and I will autograph it tomorrow, but here is the Jupiter 2, and that's from me to you. I know you like it, but I want to tell you, the bathroom is very small because here's the size of the Jupiter 2. Now, that's yours too. Now, there's another problem with the Jupiter 2. When you go there, remember, I'm locked inside that damn robot, so don't keep cutting loose. So please take this air freshener along with you. And to make sure the ship is protected and everybody is there, this is some gas that so that you don't have those problems. Anyway.
Boy, wait till the next post.
You bet your ass. All I can say is, and I told Carl this, and so is Dewey and Scott and everything, this is a great show. This is sensational. It's 1,000% better than last year. We're all going to start and get behind Carl and Donna for next year.
I'm not getting behind him.
Well, let me put it this way. You said a very good thing because I got to fill you in on Carl and Donna. See, Donna is a lovely lady, and Carl really loves her. In fact, he took her to San Francisco. She found her way home anyway. But they almost got killed in San Francisco just drinking milk. The cow fell on them. But anyway, Donna is a real sweet lady because she really is a true early American type. Carl told me she's got a head like a buffalo. He met her in Canada. That was in Moose Country. She didn't look too bad up there, folks. But Carl has done everything for her. He even drank champagne out of her slipper. Damn near choked to death on the corn pads, but that's okay. Right? Oh, sure, I know it is. And not only that, last year for her birthday, he gave her a cemetery plot. He hasn't given her a damn thing this year. She hasn't used last year's gift yet. But we must get behind them for next year because it's too damn hard for one or two people to do a show of this magnitude. So all of us get behind them, help it where it can be helped, and that means over the list, over the posts, all the different things, and start promoting it now so that it is even bigger and better for next year. And I know I've already been invited to come back. I know June Lockhart's going to be here next year. Yeah. Also, Guy Williams Jr. has been asked to come back, which is nice. We're going to have a lot of Lost in Space people here. I promised Carl I'd talk to Bill because Bill's a nice guy and maybe I can talk him into it. We'll have to handcuff him and blindfold him on the airline, but that's okay. That's okay, but we'll get him back here somehow. There's a lot of wonderful people, and there's also a very fine lady that I'm very good friends with called Linda Blair who's going to be here. She promises she will not spin her head around and spit at you, but she's beautiful and she's great and she's a lot of fun. So as I said, this is fun. Judy and I cannot thank you all enough for this wonderful honor you bestowed to us by showing up here and a dinner that's thrown in our honor. So thank you very, very much. I appreciate it.
No, seriously, you guys are wonderful. And next year, we're going to get going on Lost in Space. I mean, I've loved the show ever since I was a kid, irregardless of what my posts say. I always did wonder where the Jupiter 2's toilet was. I did. But you guys are wonderful, you know. And one thing I'll say about the Jupiter 2, I watched all the science fiction movies, you know, shows since I can remember. And there's no ship like the Jupiter 2. When I was 6 years old, I saw that thing, and then I saw the robot. I thought, oh, God, you know, this show is just unlike anything else. And it's proved itself. It's 35 years later, and it's going strong, and it's going to keep going strong as long as there's people like you. And personally, I think I'm not a Trekkie, but I like Star Trek, but Trek's losing a lot of gas.
Oh, no. Thank God for small
Here you go.
But really,
Beam him up, Scotty.
No, but Lost in Space lives as far as I'm concerned. You know, I went off course there a little bit at the beginning of the year, but I'm back on course now, and I want to work with you guys. Let's make it our show. Let's do it, you know, and we will.
Irwin was very nice, in fact, to me. And he allowed Jonathan Harris and myself, and we were the only ones that he allowed this, to develop our own characterizations. He gave us the freedom to do that. We were at it after the pilot, so there was no question on how is this character going to develop or whatever. Whereas in the pilot, it was very serious about the Swiss Family Robinson who migrated to the planet Alpha Centauri. Whereas when the Smith and the robot came, all rules were off. You know, it really was. And different things happened. Now, as far as staying in there the longest, Bill Mooney and Mark Goddard pulled a prank of pranks on me. They went to the crew, and they said, keep them locked in there for lunch. And everybody broke for lunch. The work lights came on, and I'm stuck. Now, at that time, I was smoking. I do not smoke anymore, and I do not recommend it to anyone. You hear me, young man? Because it's lousy. But I was smoking then, and so I had nothing else to do, so I lit up a cigarette. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, Irwin Allen came on our set. And he saw smoke coming out of the robot. So he ran for a fire extinguisher. Now, when he started coming towards me, I said, no, it's only me. And I explained what happened, and he told Stu Moody, our special effects guy, he says, anytime smoke is to come out of the robot, hand Bob a cigar. But that was the longest I was in the robot. The longest.
I've enjoyed really getting to know all of my dad's fans. I almost feel guilty because I didn't do any movies or don't have any big credits or anything. Grew up in the industry doing commercial work initially. Modeling diapers was my first job. It's true. Thought I'd tell it before Bob did.
The question was, have any recommendation about getting into acting? So glad you asked the question. Because I have a book. Just so happens, got a couple copies with me. It's called Act Right, and it's everything you need to know that they didn't teach you in acting class. Because everything, when you go as an actor to an acting class, they teach you how to act. But they don't teach you anything about the business aspect of how to either get an agent or how to audition, which is totally different from the acting process, or even what's expected of you when you are on a set as opposed to a theater, which is a totally different medium. So if any of you are interested, I have a book all about the horrors and horror stories, the embarrassing, humiliating moments, the frightening moments, the silly moments of what goes on behind the scene. And basically, I interviewed a lot of directors and producers and not writers so much as crew people as to their pet peeves with actors, what they couldn't stand about actors. So I reveal a lot of their stories as well. So
the question is, V is one of the best known of my things, but I went through several phases. I went through the Western phase. Before that, I did many years of Westerns, and then I did what I call the boy weeping along the river roles, the Tony Perkins roles, when everybody was very sensitive and weepy, you know. Then I graduated on to science fiction through V, and went on to Star Trek and Deep Space Nine and a number of horror movies. And but my biggest credit is I dated one of the Musketeers, and not Jimmy, no. Yeah. No, it was Cheryl, and but we broke up because Cheryl insisted on wearing her mouse ears to restaurants, and I said, really, you know, no. She remains a friend of mine to this day. She's a wonderful girl. But I did a lot of stuff with John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart and Hank Fonda and some other guys, some other flashes in the pan. I don't know what happened to them. They just came and went. They only worked 40, 50 years, you know. But it's been a good ride for me, and I'm grateful. I just did 2 pictures in Romania, The Boy with X-Ray Eyes, and the other one's called Witch House, and I'm a witch killer, and I just swing a big sword and have a wonderful time. But I don't want any children to try this at home. It's not a good idea. Anyway.
First season, we weren't with batteries or anything like this, and sometimes I would carry the top section on a makeup type of parachute harness. And I had these cutoffs that I nicknamed the Bermudas, because in those days, Bermuda shorts were the big thing, so that my feet could actually be on the ground. Now, they had a Chapman crane, which is a very big unit, on the soundstage, and it was backing up, and the camera was up forward, and Irwin Allen was sitting next to the cinematographer, and they were shooting the robot going towards the camera. All of a sudden, the robot started running, and running pretty good, with 250 pounds on his back. And Irwin said, "Cut! Why are you running?" I said, "I just got hit by 250 volts." And that's the exact thing. And, you know, it was craziness. But I must say this, and I have to, because I'd be very wrong if I didn't. I came from, this was my 6th television series. And I came on the set, and there was Guy Williams, June Lockhart, Marta Christian, Mark Goddard, who just got off the detective series, Angela Cartwright, right? Right. And how much more training do you need than that from Danny Thomas? And Bill Mumy, the guy who drove everybody nuts as a kid in Hitchcock stuff and all of that, right? I worked with him, and he didn't even know it when we did Palm Springs Weekend over at Warner's. And Jonathan Harris. I had the honor to work with these great artists. And it was thrilling. Now, they all had their cast chairs. I did not. Irwin was going to save money. The crew got me one. The crew got me a silver chair with my name on it, right? With these porcelain little knobs for the top of the chair. Irwin did not get me a cast script book. So my very dear friend, Jerry Lewis, who got upset about the whole thing, told my wife, "Go down to so-and-so, mention my name, you're going to have a script book back there for Bob." So I got my script book from Jerry. I did 9 pictures with that guy, and you become insane. You start acting like Jerry Lewis after a while. Hi, lady! You know?
Once I had a situation where I was doing Magnum PI, actually, and I went in for wardrobe, and I was appalled. There were 3 things hanging up, and I wouldn't have worn these 3 garments for anything in the world. And not only that, I thought that, considering what my character was supposed to be, it was just totally wrong for the character. And I don't know what happened. I just felt that here was somebody who was a costumer, who had been at Universal for years, who should know his job, and I was shocked. It's the only time I've ever had a reaction like that. And I whenever I would suggest, well, maybe could we try, do you maybe have a skirt that, and he just kind of blocked me. He just wouldn't listen to my suggestions or were willing to work with me, and so I went straight to the producers. It's the only time I've done that. I try to work within the department and not cause any problems and not go to producers, but in this particular case, I was not going to be railroaded by this person who was unwilling to do his job and be creative about it, because most of the time it's very much a give and take situation. So that was the only time, and I didn't win. Nobody won in that situation. Suddenly it was last minute, and they tried to buy some wardrobe while I was in Hawaii, and we sort of put something better together, but not what I would have done wardrobe-wise. Okay.
As Zorro became really popular, he was kind of limited to where he could go, and where we could go as a family together. So I remember my mom when I was little taking us out. Trick-or-treating.
I passed on Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind, and that was big mistake. I said, and when Gable got it, I said, "It'll never go. The man has a mustache. It's not going to work." You know.
If you have a dream and you want to be an actor or an actress, don't do it. No. I won't say that. I will say that we need you, because we lose the greats and we have nobody coming up. So please join us. But understand, it's not what you see in the pictures or in the magazines. It's a tough business. And there's a lot of pitfalls. You're going to have people saying terrible things about you when you go up for a part. You're too short, you're bald, you're this, you're that. Stay with it if you care for it, because that's what we do, is we stay with it, and we've stayed with it through the years. Aaron Gray has been in the business. That many, right? Andy and I go back to Warner Brothers days many years ago. But we've all put in our dues, so to speak, and we're still paying. We still are. And if you are interested, Aaron's book is good. Get it. There'll be a slight formality at the box office, but that's okay. Pick it up if you have that dream.
Hi, David Naughton here, Santa Bigelow, the B9 Robot Club. How are you doing? Good to see you.
Anyway, I was talking about what it was like to work with a snake on a naked body, and it was beautiful. It was warm, and it was like a perpetual massage. There you go. Hi, I'm Denise Duff from Subspecies.
Rocky Joe and Space Rangers. It was a serial. Yeah, now you get up.
Hello, my name is Larry Bagby. You've probably seen me on America's Most Wanted. Yeah, I murdered my girlfriend, so what? I see. No, I was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I play the big masculine gay football player. I thought so. And excuse me. Anyway, I'd like to say hello to I had cancer and they found out it was B9 convention. That's horrible. Is that bad? Uh-oh. And I love it. Once I had this vampire. Shut up! Oh, do it to me. Anyway, this is my friend Christian. He looks gay, but he's not.
Sorry, how you doing? Oh, hey, in the Matrix. Nice to meet you.
No, he doesn't have a Talk to him. Tell him about.
I once actually, I grew robots in my garden at a time when I was in the mental hospital. I was released last year, and I'm here now. Hi.
He's actually not human. He's not human. He's a robot. Welcome. I think this is pretty much we're done, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think we are. Yeah.
Thank you, and hello and goodbye to B9.
Hi, all B9 robot builders.
Tell me what I must do, and I shall do it.
It's not for sale.
My memory banks are filled with the secret talks we have had in the past. The results were always the same. The treacherous, selfish, cowardly Dr. Smith betrayed the sweet, gentle, and trusting robot.
You fool with your sanding tools and your screwdrivers. A robot is going to put together how he puts together. And boy, does that compute.
Quite an array of sophisticated machinery. Everybody did a great job. Which one won?
Affirmative.
Okay.
We love you, Dewey. Thank you so much for having us. It was great, and we love all you guys. And anytime you need us, we're there for you.
We hope this is the first of many for us.
Exactly.
Well, Judy, here we are at the close of FrightVision 2000, and we're preparing right now for 2001. So there's a lot of B9ers that showed up on this one with their robots, right?
They certainly did.
Now, what we've got to do is to encourage all the other B9ers who couldn't come here this year to join us in the festivities and bringing their robots in, because we are really wanting to have as many robots, 50 or more, so we can say, okay, back in Ohio, it was invaded by the robots, the B9 Builders Club. So true. And ladies and gentlemen, this is my wife, Judy May, and she's also my business manager. She makes sure that the robot does floors and windows. But anyway, we want to thank you, the two of us, for having us down here. The lovely banquet that Dewey Howard and all the B9ers presented Judy and I, and everybody that showed up for that banquet to honor the two of us. That meant so much. It came from the heart, and we love you for it, and we won't forget that. Isn't that correct?
Absolutely.
There she is, lady of many words. Thanks again, B9ers.